Hey my freaks and geeks, it's Messin, and this is the beginning to another Larptastic vlog. So this weekend I actually finally got the title of the weekend, and it is called The Song That Never Ends. So this is my 5-day event. So I actually ended up coming a day late because I had to graduate on Thursday. Thursday night apparently there were some spiders showed up and the human racial enemy poked in to say hi. It's currently 1:30 in the morning. I had a shower because we are having a heat wave right now. So it's about 40 Celsius, so around 104 Fahrenheit. So I'm baking in the sun, but I'm having a ton of fun. So we get here, we set up camp, we get logged in. So the first thing that comes attacks, because we came in the very beginning of the day, some fire elementals, big shocker there. Then after that we had some the power golem roll into town with a prince. He was captured, he was the Terracell prince, and he was part golem, and he just charged into town with the golem. Natsumi took him into her ward, then her power circle, and it blew through both of those, and then she put down another circle of power and it blew through that and then ripped it, which basically is like a mini teleport. And so apparently Lady Natsumi found herself in the factory with a ton of these power golems, which is the human racial enemy, by the way. And so she didn't touch any, but as soon as she touched the prince and asked, like, healing arts, do you have a lifeable spirit, he answered yes and no, but the golems like immediately attacked. So she got out, she came back to town, she told us about it, and so we rushed in. I believe we got him out, but a bunch of people got plugged into these power station things, and so a bunch of people in town are currently like rapidly turning into golems. So we found out because we got this identify scroll. It was like identify plus, so it could do a lot more. So we had to identify the pillars because this was a newbie mod, so we had to protect a circle, while the other like more experienced players, powerful characters, had they distracted. So we found out that the humans, because we got them identified, that the first time we did this, we dunked one into a power lane line and it fixed him, but that is actually corrupting the lane line, so we can't just dunk all the humans in there. So we have to find a very ancient potion maker with very rare ingredients to make this potion for them, and that's all we know. And then tonight, because there was a lot of roleplay in the afternoon because the fact it's so hot. Then after that, we I believe it was dinner. Some undead rolled into town. Then we went on our big mod. Our big mod, basically, apparently the previous night, Guildmaster Violet had found a key, and the key was calling her. So we went to the place, and we found out there's these dumb, like, ogre creatures there looking to solve the puzzle. There's also this thing called the darkness, and when the bells ring, it will come, and it will kill you, and we found out it banished and arcane, like, and it destroyed formal magic. So if we had any magical items, which I did, I have arcane armor, like a magic item that gives me arcane armor. If I got hit with a destroy formal magic or a DFM, I would lose that item. So I was avoiding that, so we could hide in rooms and they wouldn't see us, but they could still hear us. So it was so creepy. There was like music, bell ringing, lights. It was so well repped. It was so beautiful. It was terrifying. Eventually we found all the pieces to the puzzle, solved the puzzle, went through the door, and we found a guildmaster, and apparently she doesn't remember part of it because she's missing a bunch of her memories. So we tried to jog her memory, that didn't work. We figured out someone had a very similar story, so we think they're two parts of the same person. So we're trying to bring them together, but we can't let them know that's happening. I don't know, but I'm going to bed now. So hopefully this is going to be a long video, so buckle up because this is the 5-day event. So yeah, hopefully I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye! Hey guys, so it is 3 a.m. I am very tired. I'm also very sunburnt. I burnt my knees really bad because I didn't put sunscreen on them, and my fabric was so thin that it just got right through and burnt me. So a lot happened today. I'm gonna try and remember it as best as I can because like I said, it's 3 a.m. and I'm very tired and the heat's been very draining. Morning, I don't think much happened. I believe some ogres came into town. I'm not quite sure on that. My memory is very fuzzy and I've been forgetting to write stuff down. Yeah, I'm pretty sure ogres came into town. Nothing super important except, so we went to go wake up the creation drake. So drakes are basically dragons, and so with the creation drake, creation and void are elements in Euro, and they are the exact opposite of each other. So the void, and so they used to guard the ley lines, which is where we've been having major problems right now. And so we need the drakes to come back and help us to combat the dark fae by guarding the ley lines and stopping people from messing with them. So we went to wake up the creation drake. We tried to be diplomatic, but someone was attuned to void, which basically means like they can hit void, like void's a part of them, I believe. I'm not sure because, you know, I'm new and everything. But the void drake controlled him and made him rush in because we were trying to be diplomatic and drop a void bomb on the drake. So it was reasonably like upset. Then we ended up so we were just chilling around the campfire, and then moon turned a mix between purple and red, and then a moonlight path showed up, and our forest near the northern encampment wasn't our forest, it was the spectral forest we were in, and the consuming lanterns. We followed it in. There, it was pretty much the same thing as last time, except the innocent were leading us, so people we considered innocent were leading us through, and then only someone balanced could get it. We were in there looking for spectral roses, petals. Luckily, we beat the monsters, we got everything inside, we got out. I think that's really it for the major things. Oh, I went and hunted a necromancer. We just did that, and he flip-flopped. We're calling him flip-flop because we are sure we're going to see him again. And so basically when he would go to resurrect, he actually turned into a greater undead. And if that was going to resurrect, he would turn back human. He was a necromancer. He sent this guy to get to people with strong vitality, which is exactly what adventurers are. They have very strong vitality to make more shades. He got away because he was being identified and questioned in the Earth Guild, and he obliterated himself. So he got away. Also, my friend Sickle in-game, Lunaris, which is one of the Fae aspect, poked his guitar, and now it is a bardic instrument. So me and him were messing around with it. We're going to mess around with it more tomorrow, but tomorrow is kind of like a half day because we have a mandatory shutdown from 2 to 8. So there'll probably be a little going on in the morning, so we're going to mess around with it then. But the first time we sang, it gave us a forget effect, so we forgot the last 10 minutes because I don't have a skill that lets me avoid that. Some people remembered though, luckily. And it also gave us a personal awaken. After, later on, we were singing because Hazel subtly, but not very subtly, trying to push him to experiment because she really wants to figure out what this does, how it works, how they can use it. Because it is a thing of the Fae, because it did get identified, it is very unpredictable. We ended up singing Smash Mouth, and then we started glowing. So right now, Hazel is literally glowing blue. So are a couple people who got caught in the radius. They are glowing, and we also got a personal release. These are both dumb defenses, so if we use them, then like it goes off on the first thing, and if we don't use them on the first thing, it's gone. So I actually got to use that. Also, in the mod where we went back to the spectral forest, because I had been invigorated last time, I was immune to fear. I got a 25 earth to use on someone, which I never used, and I swung for aura. And aura's like apparently super rare. Like an aura blade enchantment came up and it went for 150 gold, which is insane, and it blew through all the nobles' funds. But aura hurts. Aura hurts almost everything. So yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow, hopefully. It might be a bit shorter because we aren't doing as much, but yeah, bye-bye. Hey guys, it is 3 in the morning. I just got finished doing some stuff. So today was a slower day because of the shutdown, so from 2 to 8. So in the morning we went to see the Goblin King, who, well, he was marching past because he wanted an honor guard because he wanted to go propose an arranged marriage to a 5-year-old princess. So we beat the shit out of the army. I kind of sat that one out because I burnt my knee, so it's swelling up really badly. We ended up not doing much else. We messed around with Sickle's guitar some more, and we sang like I'll Follow You Into the Darkness, I think it was. And so instead of taking fears, we would love whatever fear is, and if we couldn't love it, like we wouldn't be attracted to it, we had to guard it. So that was fun. After the shutdown, the major thing was we made Lala, Mira, and the guild mistress meet, and a portal opened. We jumped in, and there were glow sticks, and those counted as our memory. The town decided it was a great idea to split up into small groups to cover ground quicker. Oh no. 2 people got resurrected, 1 person shut up, there was a bunch of people on their death counts. It was bad. I ended up getting feared. I found that I could drink and awaken if I got out of combat, so I did. Someone was berserked, which means they would have just hit me, and it would have been bad. So I ended up just hiding in the bushes. After that, came back to town. That was the real big thing for tonight. I just got off a mod because I just had to stay up late after all that jazz. And so at Death Night and Death Mountain came, we thought it was just some undead, but they were fucking our shit up because there was about 8 of us. 3 of us, like, or 4 were new. So we were getting booked up bad. 1 of us got turned into an undead. Luckily, some people had noticed that we were getting our shit fucked up. Like, I had to run because someone possummed. And so I was like, we were going to my ward, which was right behind the tavern. So I took 2 people and we booked it to our ward, which made a good distraction. And they got everyone up, and then, you know, reinforcements came in. So yeah, that's all I can remember. Oh, we also, I remember something else. We tried to get to sing songs, and we felt something was trying to combat it, and we found out it was the creepy music box. So it was trying to stop us from singing, and the first song we sang was Can't Touch Us, and so you basically could, on the recap, could escape from any confining, or you could feign fear. Because we sang, Swing on Life or something, I can't remember the song. But we combated the evil thing, and apparently it was some evil spirit, and Melisani, like, came over and was like, oh, do that, like, keep singing that song, because apparently this evil spirit, like, crawled over and, like, crumpled, like, because after we finished, we heard, like, this scream of agony, like, not agony, but anger and frustration. So yeah, that's all that's really happened. Pretty slow day. I'll try and keep you guys updated, and hopefully I'll get some more interesting stuff. So yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Hey guys, so I am finally back home. It is a week and a half later after everything has happened. There were some issues I couldn't record on Monday, which I will get into later. And Tuesday I was just so exhausted after everything that I didn't record, and then the day after I'm still very exhausted, and then I had computer problems. So it has taken me a while to get back on my feet and everything organized so I can finally now record. Well, back into the recap. So I do not remember much from Monday and or Tuesday, honestly. I remember a bit of roleplay, I remember one module, and then the events that transpired that night, which caused me not to be able to record Monday. So I'm going to go over the roleplay I got into for Hazel. So the roleplay I got into Hazel was really interesting. I didn't expect to go down this avenue so quick. So, shockingly enough, it was another love interest one. Who would have thunk, right? But, basically, one of my friends, who's on plot, comes in as characters sometime, and one of his characters' name is Dorian. And so, we were watching outside a ritual. I believe it was my friends that were getting their swords rendered. So, we were waiting outside, kind of watching, guarding, and Dorian started talking to Hazel and everyone, and he started flirting with Hazel. Apparently, my friend Lauren says that the guy who plays Dorian says he flirts with anything with two legs. Hazel doesn't know this though, so he's flirting with her, and she's kind of like, someone's flirting with me. She's not used to people flirting with her because of how much she moved around and everything. So she kind of scoots away because of the comments the girl named Valeria was making. She was like, oh no, she's right. I can't remember the comments exactly, but I know that she said something, and Hazel was like, oh my god, she's right. So she moved to a different door and sat down because we were in front of the cabins. And I remember he goes, oh, you're not a good guardian. You're not the guardian of love, that's for sure. And eventually Valeria goes up, convinces Hazel to go back and sit beside him. So they get talking some more, and he says that he would like to take Hazel out on a date to see like a ballet or something. And so Hazel agrees. Everyone goes full mom on him afterwards when they find out. And it's like, if you hurt my baby, I'll kill you. And it's also been referred to as robbing the cradle because in human years, or Listani, because Dorian is Listani, he ages like humans, I believe. And so he is 30, and Hazel is like relatively 18, 19 years old. So it has been referred to as robbing the cradle, which I find super entertaining. And so later that night, he ends up sending Hazel a package. And so she thought it was from her human family. So she opens this little box, and she just sees the note's kind of stuffed in, and she's like, oh. And so, open it up, and I see, and Hazel sees, it's from Dorian. And so she goes, hey guys, Dorian sent me something. Would you guys like to hear it? And everyone's like, yeah, let's hear it. Because people were kind of concerned, like people checked first off the box was trapped. Because people were like, oh no, she's gonna get her shit fucked up. And so she starts reading out loud. And this is the first line opens with, my dearest lovely Hazel. Immediately she's like, I regret this so much. I start blushing like bright red as I start reading. And I was told that it's custom to give a gift on the first date for high elves. I saw this, and its beauty, elegance, and allure made me think of you. See you soon, Dorian. So this is kind of the note he sent. And then she removes the note, and inside is this necklace. Whew. So, apparently, the guy who plays him said that he picked out a really gaudy necklace, but Hazel's like, I'm getting gifts now? What the hell? She's not very used to this level of affection. She's only ever dated one other person, which out of game, in game, she keeps a huge ass secret. I just added this to her backstory, I've updated her, I finally picked her real name too, but out of game, so I know my friend who plays Nini watches this. If you don't want to get spoiled this, you should probably click like a minute ahead. But she actually for a couple years dated a half-orc, and she keeps this a huge secret because she's scared people will find out and they will go hunt her down, or they'll hurt Daisy. and or they'll hurt Hazel herself. So Skittles ended up drawing this cute little bookmark. You guys can see. I absolutely love it because Skittles is part of Listani clan, so Dorian is technically, because Listanis refer to other Listanis, I believe, as their cousins, and so she drew up this little cute bookmark. Then that night, we were just sitting outside the tavern kind of chilling, and then these lanterns started appearing. And everyone was just like, oh, okay. I ended up getting carried away. I'm not really sure what purpose they played other than, oh, look, you can kind of see stuff in this dark, smoky tavern. Because after a little while, the tavern turned into a magical portal. You know, the usual. And we ended up it was really cool because they took like 2 smoke bombs and like rolled them inside and then it went whoosh, and we're like, oh fuck. So I wasn't really involved in the battle much. I was told that what we did was we were connecting the Grandmaster to her face side, and all we had to do was get all the lights to turn on at once. So I got distracted in the battle because I heard a child crying, and I was like, oh, that's a really good sound effect. That's not a sound effect, that's a real child. I don't know how I heard it over the screams and like the battle calls and everything, but somehow I did. I just heard this kid crying. So I like went out a game, turned around, and I found Natsumi. I found Natsumi's kid crying outside. What I believe happened is he heard there were mosquitoes in his caravan or tent. I'm not really sure where he slept, but there was mosquitoes, and so he woke up and he was crying. So conveniently, I got one of my friends, pulled him aside, I'm like, what should we do? He's like, okay, we should go tell them and call a hold. And so conveniently a hold happened. So before, I didn't know, I thought it was a hold for this, and I'm like, hey, someone's kid's out here crying. But it was really like a ritual hold, I guess. Not ritual hold, descriptive hold. And we ended up doing the thing. We got pushed out. We had to go back in because someone got dropped, got out, everything was fine for that night. I didn't get to record Monday because my friend ended up getting heat exhaustion. So I was actually up pretty late. It was like around 3 a.m. I was talking to Dava in game, and they were really nice out of game. I found them in game kind of intimidating, but it seems like we're becoming like acquaintances at least, which I really like. And we were just chatting, and then my friend Nini comes in like crying. She says she felt sick to her stomach. She had a burning sensation from her throat to her stomach, and so we get Natsumi, who out of game I believe is a nurse, but I'm not quite sure on that, and she checks her out and says, you need to go to the hospital, I can't diagnose you, it could be like anything. So they wake up her boyfriend, and then Natsumi asks, hey, can anyone here drive? And I'm looking around and I'm like, shit, I'm the only one awake who can drive, aren't I? So I'm like, I can drive. So I ended up having to drive them to the hospital, and then I just passed out as soon as I got back. And then I had to wake up at 6, pick them up, passed out again. What ended up on Tuesday, what I remember is the one module we did, and it's kind of funny roleplay aspect. One of my friends in game, Atiri, for her winter IBGA, which is like a huge thing you can do, she went sailing. And Dorian was on that boat, and apparently one of the people were going in like their underpants, like because they own the boat, so they just come out in the morning like in their boxers, and everyone would yell at them. It was just kind of a funny story they were telling. And there's a person there playing an NPC who was like this farmer, and so they were telling everyone about the boat, and she thought it was like a little dinghy, so she was saying, oh, like, what about the ropes? And Dorian goes like, oh, if the ropes fell off, like it would really hurt and everything. And so there's this guy in game, Jean-Paul. So I can't remember exactly how the context got brought up, but he said, oh, if there's ropes swinging around, that must be one kinky boat. And Dorian and my friend Tango, nope. And they get up, and just everyone at that table gets up and scatters. And Natsumi has said she has never seen anyone scatter so quick, even when Undead was rising out of the ground between them. Like, we just whoosh, we were gone, we were away from that awkward conversation, we were like, nope, 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 nope. I found it actually really funny the way we just whooshed all at once, just scattered, as if it was like planned. So the module for that day, from my best of my recollection, was we had to go find this axe that would kill the Legionnaire Golem. And so we find the place. It's like this old, ruined, rundown place. There's legionnaire golems. We're trying to push in. We can only go like one at a time. And we get inside, and whatever's holding it is encased with all these shields. So we have to pump the opposite like element, because you know, fire, ice, like that kind of deal. Like if it's a fire shield, we have to pump an ice magic into it to blow it. And so we kept on having to do that, but every time it would send out damage, and so we all were getting downed. But we ended up grabbing the axe, leaving, and the one thing about the axe was it knows that we have it, so we have to keep it hidden. Oops, this is fun. But that's really what happened on Tuesday. After that, we got some food at Dairy Queen, talked over what happened, and then I went home. So, good update about next event. I am going to get in-game footage, hopefully. Even if it's just a little. I finally got up the nerve to ask my group if it's okay if I record people. Of course, some people said no. I'm only going to be recording during downtime, so the clips you are going to see are mainly roleplay and maybe some crunchies, which crunchies are basically monsters that walk in that we just like kill and we get loot from. There won't be any modules because I do not want to have to kind of force people to go off modules because they don't want to be recorded. And I find that's not fair to everyone because they're paying to be there and they're not paying for me to record them. And so next event I'll be asking people again, because I know not everyone has Facebook who wants to be recorded, who doesn't. And yeah, hopefully I will have some in-game footage for you guys, which I'm super stoked about. And that's really it for the updates. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it is pretty long, but again, the event was pretty long. I'm going to try and shorten them a bit, work on that, getting my recaps faster and everything. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye!